Uh, in terms of creating the short film that I set out to create, I'd like to believe I did. It's always gonna change, like somewhere down the line, like through the process, either pre-production or post-production. But I'd like to say I'd like to say I did create it, because this went through a lot of planning, put a lot of time and effort into it. It's really what all my years of schooling and experience have led up to. Honestly, I couldn't have done it as well without like a lot of the crew that I've met, a lot of my partners. They say there's a first for everything. There's been a lot of firsts on this project, a lot of learning that will definitely help me into future endeavors. So it's always good to have a few different perspectives from people that you work with and also don't work with, just to see how they really view the film that you made. I've gotten a lot of good advice, a lot of good insight. Have a set goal that you're working towards. Be social, most of all, because a lot of the help and progress you'll be making comes through the connections that you make. It's always good and beneficial to have help, people there for you to support you on your way. Because who knows, maybe one day down the line you'll be helping them out with their project and they can help you out with yours. So that's a very important aspect of it. And the other one would be to just never stop, because it's a very competitive industry, and it's very easy to lose footing or momentum if you really take a break. So those are probably like the three main things I'd probably say. Ever since like I was a child, I've been fascinated by the stories and concepts that you would see built on television and movies. And I've always loved that you could really construct a story or an entire world and portray that through some kind of visual medium, so others could experience and like connect to it. So that's one thing I was always fascinated by as a kid, because I was always watching and being absorbed into these other worlds. Another aspect I would probably say is the behind the scenes, because I've always loved seeing footage of how things are made, and there's actually quite a bit of work that goes into even the smallest amount of screen time. There's a lot of departments that communicate with each other to really perfect a scene, and I just think that the entire process of pretty much everything about filmmaking in general is amazing. Benefits, I would say, creative outlet. Film industry, of course, naturally attracts a lot of creatives, a lot of storytellers. Those that do get consistent work, either writing, producing, in any kind of department or crew role, I feel is they love their job. They're creatives at heart. They like to create things, help create things, tell stories, build worlds. So I feel like anyone who's into any one of those things in the film industry it performs as a great creative outlet for them. Because alone, of course, you could, I don't want to say it's like too much about luck, but alone it's definitely a lot harder. Because with help, you have people there to support you along your way. You have connections you can make, people you can work with, they can get your name out there, and vice versa, you could do the same for them. I feel like being social and meeting people in the industry is definitely a way to make progress a little faster and more efficiently. But aside from all that, to be honest, I'd say the hardest part would be the pressure that you put on yourself to really perfect what you're trying to do. Because every creative, I believe at least, is a perfectionist in some way, shape, or form. And that could honestly lead to yourself being like your own obstacle when you tend to overthink a lot of things in the creative process. So I'd say that's probably the hardest thing is the pressure that you put on yourself.